Hey guys, well, here's another update on our Chevy Derby truck. If you guys remember in the last video, we had just gotten the engine in it, and then we did a video of just a quick fire up, and I've gotten quite a bit of work done on it, as you guys can see here. We got the core support back in, and got the hood back on it. I did a little bit of body work, just trying to pull the core support back out. If you guys check out our videos from last year and some of the pictures, you'll see that the core support really got pushed in pretty bad. It was leaning in at the top, and then the hood was really pushed down, so I was able to flatten that out back to more of a stock position. It's still not perfect, and it's still not pretty, and I'm not really sure how much more we're going to mess with it, but it's definitely an improvement over what we had. So there we go, got that back together. And then let's go ahead, see if we can open the hood. Yep, got the engine all back in and everything's put together for the most part. Got the radiator temporarily in. I'm probably going to switch it out with a different one. But got everything working good. And one item of note is actually the engine itself. So we did, sorry about that, we did the video of it firing, and then in the middle of trying to tune the thing, we used a cylinder balancer and we're shutting off the different cylinders, and we realized that we actually had a dead cylinder on this thing. So the thing was actually loading up. We were having the issue with it loading up and flooding at the Derby, and it turns out it was only running on 7 cylinders. This thing is just a powerful engine, and it just was not detectable through the exhaust, and the power was still mostly there. You know, it didn't even faze me that I had an issue, but had a dead cylinder. Turned out it was a broken spark plug, so we switched it out. We just got all new spark plugs for the thing. It already had pretty new wires, so we left those alone, and it's already running a lot better. It's just idling nice and smooth once it warms up, and hopefully here we'll get a video of the thing driving around. I think that'll be the next thing. That's the goal here today, is to just get it out of here and see if she moves. But yeah, we'll keep doing some body work. It needs obviously more hammering to get the body side looking a little bit more straight. But it's a pre-run at this point, so who cares, right? You know, it's going to get beat up again. We just need to get it structurally sound. We got to reconfigure the front bumper. That's going to be one of the next challenges as well to figure out. The rules state that we have to bolt the bumper on for our rules. We cannot, for at least for where I'm going to run this truck, we cannot weld the bumper on. But what I need to do is give the promoter a call, because if you guys see, I used the original brackets, and those just tore apart. They ripped up, they tore, did not work. Obviously you need to redo that. The bumper sitting over here took a nice fold right there at the one bumper mount. So we'll get it put back on the truck and straightened out here. We'll probably wedge it into something and then use some power equipment and try to straighten this thing back out again, and go from there. But hopefully we'll be able to maybe just add some new 90-degree brackets or something, you know, maybe weld something to the bumper itself and then bolt the bumper to the frame. Not exactly sure how to do that. Need to talk with the promoters, figure out what I'm allowed to do and what I'm not allowed to do. Have a lot more experience doing it with cars, but obviously with cars you have bumper shocks, and for these trucks, most of them have just stamped steel bumpers. They don't actually have any bumper shocks. So we got to be a little more creative on how we can mount the bumper, because we can't weld bumper shocks onto the frame based on these build rules. We're building this for more of a stock class. That just happens to be what the events that this truck is built for run. So obviously we've got to stay within those guidelines. If it was a modified, then this would be simple. We would just probably cut those flat, weld flat plates on it, and there you go, we're done. Can't do that for where we're running this. So we'll get more creative and we'll figure it out. Other than that, just did some more little cosmetic stuff, a little bit of hammering on the sides, but the bulk of it is still needing repair. We did straighten out the rear bumper here. If you guys remember, it was folded down pretty bad. It's now folded back up straight, so that is definitely an improvement. I think what we're going to do is we're going to lop off the ends here, probably about flush with where that bracket is. If we look at this piece back here, we got the bracket going over. Some guys don't even run bumpers, they just take it right off, drop the tailgate or whatever. Again, you know, just keeping with the rules only allow us to wire the tailgate. We cannot weld it. So therefore, I didn't really want to go taking off the bumper because I feel like I'm going to lose a lot of structure there because I'm not able to weld this all solid. Because it is only wired, we're going to keep the bumper on it. Probably get a little more creative on how we pre-bend the thing. Either bend these ends up with some added heat or just cut them off. Still to be determined, but the plan at this moment is to keep the bumper on. Maybe reconfigure it slightly, get a little more height, but there's only so many things that the rules here that this is being built for is going to allow us to do. So we'll have to get a little more creative and definitely give the promoter a call. But the main goal is to get this thing running and moving and looking like a truck again, and I think we're finally getting pretty close to that. So as I said, we got some new power equipment that'll be featured on one of our upcoming videos here. Wow, that's really pushed in. And we're going to go ahead and get this thing pulled out. We'll pull out the rear quarter here. We'll do some more pre-bending on it and figure out what to do with the tailgate. Might just leave it straight, might try to lay it down into the bed a little bit more, or maybe do more of a V shape in the middle. Just to try to suck the quarters in instead of blowing them out like what we have going on here. Obviously the tailgate was stronger than the sides of the truck, so therefore it caused it to just kink in the middle instead of bending in the back. But everybody's got their own theory on that, and with it being such a stock build, there's only so much that I can do. So we'll keep doing some research, figure something out, we'll try some stuff, and if it works, then obviously you guys can copy that and say, hey, that works, and I'm going to do that for myself. But otherwise, you'll learn from our mistakes. But there you go, guys. There's a quick update on where we are. This thing's starting to look like a truck again, and there you are. And hopefully we'll get some video of this thing running and moving next. That would be my goal. So until the next video, we'll talk to you later, guys.